Tom Lopes. We were trying to download a video that he wanted to show. But Tom, if you want to come on up, I'm going to see if I can get this video to go.
Yep, whenever you're ready, we'll throw it up here. Nice to be here. Where am I? I have no idea. Flew into Phoenix yesterday, and then from Phoenix to Grand Junction. I left 80-degree weather. I live in Ocean City, Maryland, home of the best crab cakes in the world. Anybody want to challenge that? No, they're the best. Absolutely the best. I'm out here more than I'm probably anywhere else. I'm always in Colorado. We have an IBO school here in Colorado. How many people have been to our IBO school? Rhonda, raise your hand. We've had a good time. We're over in Pueblo now. We were up in Greeley for a while. It's a lot of fun. If you can recommend, I'm looking for neophyte officials in particular. Someone wants to hone their skills. Someone wants to develop their skills and start off the right way. We have a pretty good time. Do a lot of talk, a lot of basketball for 3 days. It's a lot of fun. Dave mentioned before some of the materials. You might be ready.
I'm trying to.
We do. Make the best instructional materials in the United States and Canada. And there's no doubt about that. Proof is, here we go. Great.
When you're ready.
Proof is that the instructional film that we make for you guys every year, that your interpreters have and will be sharing with you, was filmed where this year? You know where it was filmed? We take a different state each year. Colorado. We filmed it in Colorado. And of the 35 plays that I picked, you got 34 wrong. So with that said, you got to sign up for IBO school and get out so I can take care of your skills. And that's not true. It was really good clips. It was a great film, and I want to thank the officials in Colorado who we picked on were really to make this educational film, and also to share the rights and the wrongs and things that were done and how we can get better. Well, that's fine, well-being. That's for IBO land. We have, as you know, about 16,500 members at the time. Well, that film is so good, it's sold across the country, and it has for the last 5 years. If you look in Referee Magazine, it's in there. We partner with them. They market it for us. But it's so good that the NFHS, anybody know what the NFHS is? Okay. Liked it so much that they asked us, could we make a film for them? And so we did. And it's on their website now. It's not for sale. That was one of the caveats I put in there. I don't want any other film in competition with mine. So it's on their website. It's already receiving rave reviews. I got an email from the head of the NFHS 2 days ago. The film is so great, and we're getting such great feedback. Can you make us another one for next year? Absolutely. So our stature is growing and growing and growing across the country. The play in your tournament last year, we only filmed 4 games. We had enough in 4 games to develop a film. But the play was so good, we wanted to put something together. That song brings a tear to my eye every time I hear it. Let me know what you think of the opening toss. Perfect. Plays. Get to the first. There you go. Okay, that was pretty good basketball plays. Some really talented kids at the pressure moment. Well, let's. As I talked to Dave Smith and Bob and Jim Dorsey about what can we talk about, and they said, well, since you don't live here, you can be the bad guy and pick on everybody. I said, part of my territory. We want to talk about signals. And when you see some of the plays, when you look at the film this year, analyze not just the correctness or incorrectness of the call, but also the signals utilized. Remember, signals are verbal and nonverbal means of communicating by officials to the scorers, the timers, and even the fans, the spectators, who have no idea what you're doing. They think they do. And what's their favorite? What are the spectators? Now, you all refereed back when they were the younger kids, right? Think back of the rec leagues when you first started out, and all the parents that come to the game. What's the only rule they know?
3 seconds.
Absolutely. That's the only rule they know. 3 seconds, or they think they know. Okay, so I'm not even going to go into the story about, how bad they are. Let's concentrate on using the required signals. Approved signals required by the rule. It's in the rule book. It's not just in the pages in the back, the signals, but it's in the rule book. And where they start with is the NFHS. Now, the NCAA last year made a concerted effort to have their people do the correct signals. And they're getting better at it. NBA is another world. Okay, it's NBE, National Basketball Entertainment. That's okay, that's what they want. And do you know what? When you look at every one of those NBA officials, what do you see? What's that word that I think you started out with, Brent? Consistency. Every one of them looked the same. Well, hell, if I had 76 officials and their job depended on doing what I tell them to do, we'll have consistency, wouldn't we? But how do we tell 16,500 officials and control them? We can't. We can only put this forth. So that is the basis, is the NFHS for signals. And we'll go, just keep going. Signals should be clear and professional. Can we screen that down so I can see it? Okay. Yeah. Okay. Signals should not attempt to draw attention to themselves by the use of unapproved, emphatic, theatrical, which I'm going to show you. The use of personal signals can be confusing. So if you know what the signals are, why deviate? It's easy. But it starts with this. Starting and stopping the clock, information, shooting and scoring, violations, and fouls. Those are the 5 types of approved signals. But it really comes down to 3. Of all the approximately 35 signals that we use, officials are preceded by one of the signals in this presentation. Top right, what is that? Is that an open palm? Okay, so most likely it's what? A violation. Closed fist, foul. 2 hands up, jump ball. Okay, we're good with that, and we'll continue with that. Blow your whistle, here we go with the jump ball or held ball. Blow your whistle, move in on the play, make sure the athletes know you are there, then put your thumbs up about a 45-degree angle. How about my guy here on the floor? Do we like that? Yeah, we do. Sure, he's right in there on the play. It's okay to be down there because what he's doing down there is possibly prevent him from getting that punch thrown. So that's okay. The 3 signals we just said: timeout, stop the clock, keep the clock stopped, as depicted up in the corner. You know where we took those pictures from? No, your manual. Oh, that's the camp picture. I meant the one up in the top right. Right on. Okay. You can tell by the shorts, right? Oh, okay. 3 signals to stop the clock: out of bounds, violation, timeout. And whoop, follow it up. Okay? Next. 3 signals to stop the clock. Let's look at fouls. Go ahead. Those are unapproved. Okay, they're laziness. You know, it's just easy to do it. We're going to talk about hand checking a little bit. It's easy to do it the right way. Those are some examples, and again, there's the camp. Now, I'm going to show you this picture. This, and you tell me how many over emphatic bad signals are exhibited by this one official. In the middle it should go. Whoops, gotta go back one. Go to the bottom. Okay, next. Next. There you go. Oh, yeah, next one.
This one right here?
No, where the play was. There you go. There on the bottom. Watch this. How about the swagger? Watch the signal at the table. Now watch this one. Can you just stop there for 1 second, just right there? Now, on that lead position, I mean, it was great if he was trying auditioning for a movie part, where he comes out and really. Now, suppose there was a whistle from his partner. Now, he never even looked. One of the things it's in our blood, we want to act out, and it's a block charge play. You know, we got to, how many times you've been told you got to sell the call? Well, what does sell the call mean? I'm not sure. But I'd rather be right than create an error situation. Where does the greatest computer exist? Who said that? What did you say? In your head. Absolutely right. In your head. Because if I don't do this, but I did this, and held for a second as I replay it, or just hold for a second and make sure I don't have another signal from my partner, just that long, now I got a chance to think about it, boom, and it's play a control foul, boom, boom, and do the right signal. So that's one of the things we won't make a mistake with double whistles. If you have a double whistle and you have opposite plays, what's the ruling on that? I don't know either. Because you have to figure it out. Now you got to get together and say, is it this? If we have, we have to charge each one, go to the arrow. Where's the ball going to be put in play? You got to think all those things. And with all that long list of things, you're going to get one wrong. It's going to happen. Okay? The sauntering to the table, nice hustle would have been nice. But he does a whole bunch of no things. Okay, who should have had that play? Say again? Yeah. The trail official should have had that. So it's just a couple of examples of inaction. Look at the outside, and whose call is it? The official at the lead. Go ahead. Let it play through. Watch jumping over the player. You know what? What you wish would have happened at that time is the player would have started to get up. And so he would have went head over heels over the player. How bad is that? Now, I hope you can learn from that you don't, none of you use any of those kind of signals. I know you don't. I know you're real professional and you don't let that kind of thing get away from us. All right? But here's really good examples of really poor mechanics and signals. Okay. Is that next? Yeah, you went to one. See what's in there. Okay. I won't blame. Any question with signal? If you can do that, the one thing I'd ask you to do this year, just one thing, is every time you blow the whistle, get your arm up. That's all. Simple, isn't it? It is, really is. But you got to practice it. And where do you practice that? In the scrimmages, at the beginning of the year. Practice that. Now, I know someone's going to say to me, well, I can do it in front of a mirror. Yeah, you can. You can, just don't break it. Look at it, when you go with that charge and you hit the mirror. So let's get your signals down so you look professional. And you know what is a good idea too is to talk to your partner before the games, especially in your scrimmages. Say, hey, let's work on these signals today. You tell me if I'm doing good, and I'll tell you if you're doing good. We're always a team, so why not help each other? Okay, can you go back one? Then we'll go to the plays.
Maybe.
Come outside and just go on click right box, the right click.
Right click.
Yeah, and go previous. You got to come out of there.
I'm trying, Tom.
I just wanted to get the rule.
This is pretty stunning.
Should come up. Hit it. There you go. The rule changes. Okay. Rule changes 10.6.2. We talked about, mentioned earlier, hand checking, placing two hands on the player. I'm going to give you a couple examples. Now you can go to the next one. These are all two hands on the play. You have a leg up on the rest of the country. You know why? Because you already put it in play as an absolute. A year or two ago, David? So you already had that too, and you've been pretty consistent calling it. So this is for the rest of the world. Easy? I don't know, listen what the voice says. That's usually typical of our plays. We show the play, regular speed, slow it down with a little explanation.
To avoid the trap, Blue 13 tries to dribble right when White 1 places two hands on the dribble. The trail official,
Colorado official?
correctly ruling a hand checking foul.
Pretty good signals. Let's see at the table. Okay. We'll show it once more. See the two hands? Easy call. Oh, another Colorado.
Flag
Go ahead. Yeah, yeah.
Catches the ball and begins to dribble left, while white 25 places both his hands on the dribbler. The trail official correctly rules a hand-checking foul.
Those another easy play. You have to make those calls. You must.
White number 3 is dribbling in the perimeter when red 25 places two hands on him. The trail official does a good job of correctly ruling a hand-checking foul.
Okay. Now that play was missed. Watch. Who can help on this play? Absolutely. Good pickup. He's right in good position here.
Is this a hand-checking foul on blue 24?
Now slides down. We've got double coverage.
Rule a foul.
Got to always help. Don't leave the scene. They left the play naked. And the last play with two hands. How many times? Well, let's watch. We passed 3 times on the hand situation that should have been ruled right in the beginning.
Watch blue 24. Does he place two hands on the dribble?
Right there.
Should this have been ruled a
Again.
hand-checking foul?
Sure. Well, they're going to continue until you do something about it. Okay, next. That should go to the next one. Okay. So the following acts constitute a foul. This is the rule. This is what was added this year. Placing two hands. No question. You should be good. You're good with that. Okay. Placing an extended arm bar, forearm that is away from the body on the dribbler. It comes here. It comes here. And what is the defender really doing? Anybody? Say again? He's holding him. I like the other word, guiding. He's impeding the progress and guiding him to where it's a more advantageous position for me, the defender. So we play into that. Okay, the placing and keeping a hand on the dribbler, contacting the player more than once with the same hand or alternating hands. That's a tough one. Question came up in the back court. I placed a hand on the dribbler and there's no call. Maybe you didn't think it was significant. Maybe you didn't think it was whether or not you should have. And now, coming up the court with 8 seconds left, I do it again. Is that still continuing that placing a hand on and more than once with the same hand or alternating hands? That's a tough one. But we'll get him early. Okay. See what comes up there. Okay, this one might not play. Okay. Go to the next one. Okay. That'll play. This took place in Maryland. Watch the defender here. See. Probably could have called the foul earlier. Okay, next one. There's another play.
Last chance opportunity. Thomas working up top. Under 10 to go. Clock now under. Sorry.
That's okay. Play again. Should there have been a foul here? Watch 14's arm. See?
Thomas trying to drop all the way.
Whoa! What happened there? We'll go back to that play in a second. Was there a foul? Was there more than one foul? Okay. And then what happens? They call a travel against the same player. So here's the inequity, in this situation. That's why it's important to get that first play. If we get that first play, then we're going to have this. Play it one more time.
Last chance opportunity. Thomas working up top. Under 10 to go.
Right here. Holds him back. Hips him. The other guy hits him. Even lost control of the ball, you might say. So that's a bad play. Okay. Oh, they're not coming up separately. Okay. No, it's okay. Okay, how are we going to get this to work? You got to know the rule. Let me see your rule book for a second. I'm going to pick on you. When did you get your rule book?
This week.
This week? All right, then you're forgiven. Before the season starts, this thing should be a piece of crap. Pages should be folded, mutilated, circled, pencil marks on it, tabs put in it. And why do I say that? So you looked at it. That's what it's there for. You looked at it. So that's what it should be. It should be scuzzied and all marked up. And where should it be kept? In the bathroom. You got it. Should be in the bathroom because that's where you do. That's where you do your best reading. Thanks. Yeah. Okay. What's the role of the veteran official? Now, I know when we get to these meetings, and I can't hear all the things in the different parts of the room, but I know what I would be hearing would be, I ain't calling that. I'm not changing. Dave Smith comes up all with these new rules. Who the hell is he? What does he know? They're not Dave Smith's rules. They're not my rules. However, while we're talking about rules, there's 2 IBO people of the 5 Rules Committee people on the Rules Committee. And I sit on the Rules Committee as an advisor. So we do have considerable input. But the rules are the rules. And it's up to you, the veteran official, when you're working with that newer, younger, whatever the right word would be for partner, take the lead. Let's get it early. Let's do it. This is the way the game was asked to be played. Now, why did the NCAA change to come to this rule 2 years ago? They wanted to do what? More scoring. That's exactly the right reason. More scoring. And last year, did the scoring go up, David? Do you know? I know. Okay. 5.2 or 3 points per game higher. They put that rule in. They want offense. In the NBA, if you're a shooter on the perimeter and you touch the shooter, it's a foul. That's what they want. They want the shooter to be free. So it's trickled down a little bit. They want more scoring, more offense, okay? And I will tell you this, we are offensive-minded officials. We favor the offense. You say, well, come on, Lopes, you're full of crap. We favor the offense. When they go to the basket, half the time they're not fouled, but we bail them out. And the same way with here, with the ball handler. We favor the offensive player. Now, someone asked me this morning, or somewhere it was maybe last week, talking to a group, well, can I tell them to get their hands off? Anybody want to answer that? Say again? Well, you're my hero. Absolutely. Get your hands off. What have you just done? What role have you just switched with? Coach. You've become a coach. And if I'm the other coach and I heard that, I'll be all over your butt. You're not coaching. Call the foul. That's what we were told. Call the foul. Or how many times do you on the end line? Keep moving through that lane. Get out of the lane. Because someone once told me, I forget what camp we were in, and stood up and said to me, we don't call 3 seconds in Colorado. Absolutely stood up and told me that. I said, oh, okay. Before we go down and do our camp games, anybody else in the room, let me know what other rules we're not going to call so I can tell the coaches. Now, everybody thinks 3 seconds is the cheap call. It's not. I may set up my defense because I'm playing a team that has a 6'9" guy and my biggest guy is 6'3". But I'm going to double and triple team this guy in the post to keep him in there. So I need that 3 second call. It's just things for, food for thought. Okay. So veterans, you need to take the leadership role. Do it. The rules are in place for a certain reason. And you have to have the courage to do the right thing. And be persistent. And you know, they will adjust. They will. I'm telling you they will. Coach will be moaning and groaning at you, you know. Well, it's a second foul. Coach, the rule is the rule. Hand checking. Hey, but he's got 3 more. You know, you might want to come up with something funny, but I'm telling you, they'll adjust if we stay at it. But they're testing us because they don't believe that we can continue to call. They don't. Okay, let's move along to another topic. The last 2 minutes of the game. You know, we refereed really great for 32 minutes. What is it? I forget what the time is. 8-minute quarters? 8-minute quarters. Okay, 32 minutes. We did great for 30 minutes. We went to sleep with 2 minutes left. When you blow the whistle, every time you blow a whistle in the game, you got to be right. But a little bit more, I would tell you that concentration-wise, your level has to be way up, so you're focused in on not making a mistake in the last 2 minutes. That's going to cause a problem in the game. This one is a nebulous kind of statement. Don't rule something you haven't been ruling throughout the game. Here I might contradict myself. Well, let's say we didn't have a 3-second during the whole game, and then with 4 seconds left, you call it 3 seconds in a 1-point game. You might want to try football. I'll wait. Is this a slow group up here?
Sorry?
Is this a slow group up here? Oh, okay.
Sometimes.
Okay. During the last 2 minutes, all the geniuses, and who are the geniuses? Coaches. We are genius, but they save all those timeouts so they can get everybody together and talk about what they're going to do. So they save their timeout. So that gives us an opportunity, when they're calling a timeout, to do a quick huddle. Notice my friend here with his mouth covered? Why? That's right, you don't want anybody else to hear. Okay, which is a good thing. So you huddle with your partners, make sure you know what your responsibility is. Focus, talk to yourself, that you're ready for the plays as they develop. How often at this point, if you were in the huddle and you said to your partner, oh, let's let the kids decide the game. What does that mean?
You've decided the game.
Let the kids decide the game. They did. If they fouled, they fouled. If they didn't foul, they didn't foul. They decided the game. Not you. If there's a foul, we're going to ask you in a second, where do you want to be? Here we are. We broke the huddle. 1-point game, I got the ball. And you know what the coach said? Try a quick play, there's 7 seconds left. Try a play, if it doesn't work, take it to the hole and put the onus on us's. Let us make a decision. So, where do you want to be? I want to be trail. Why do I want to be the trail?
You're just going to take the next 7 seconds off.
You got it. All right. So, all right, I'm going to be one better than that. I'm going to be the center because I got that shot. I'm going to be tuned into the ball. I'm going to make sure I see the release, and I'm going to go, yes, or I'm going to be, no. We're ready. But if you're worth your salt, you want to be the lead because the play is going to come to you. And you have to be ready. So when you break that little huddle, teams come out, and you get to the end line, and you say, bring it to me, I'm ready. And that's what you have to. You have to be ready. You got to talk to yourself. I'm ready for the play. If it's a foul, I'm going to call it. If it's not a foul, I'm not going to call it. So when Rhonda was in camp, she had the last play of the game, and here she is, and she's all psyched and ready for the game, ready for the play to come to her. And here it is, and here comes the play. And she goes, she didn't do that, I just picked on her. But can you see that happening? Of course. We're ready, we're all psyched up for that play to come to us. So again, we're going to let the kids decide the game by if it's a foul, you call it. If it's not a foul, you don't call it. So we know where you want to be. So we're going to leave the court, and I've got some pretty interesting plays coming up at the end of the game situation. We're going to leave the court together, and we want to do this. We want to check the table. We want to leave together, and every situation is different. Some might be a 20-point game, and they don't care. Might be a 1-point game where everybody's going to run the floor. And, you know, some of the last plays might be questionable. So just hit that little black box. You got to know this. See the left, oh, down there. Okay, have it. This is what you got to know. Know when to walk away, and know when to haul. I just threw that in there. You got to know when to walk away and know when to run. Okay, we're going to move to some game situation. Now, I want you to, not yet, I want you to study this play. This is from my league. I had a Division I league for the last 7 years. I quit. Somebody in Florida was calling my wife and I that we need to be down there January, February, and March. So I gave up the assigning business. And this went. Now, this is a game where it's 70-67, and how many seconds is that? We'll get some seconds. I can't see it. Some seconds left. This was the first round in our conference tournament. This team in red was ahead by 14 points with 4 minutes to go. Now they're down here seconds. And we're going to see what happens. Okay, stop it right there. Okay, they score now, and it's down to 1 point. White now fouls the inbound pass. And they go down the other end, and red misses both. They come running down the court with the last shot, and the white team makes a long three-pointer just before the buzzer, and the white pulls a big upset. Now play again. See if you see anything wrong in this play.
Play again?
Yeah. Okay, I'll hold it. Anybody say anything wrong? Could have. You're just like my officials on the game. Come on, Lancey. This is great. One more time. Travel? Okay. There were 6 white players on the court. Watch it again. Oh, wow.
Is that wrong?
Didn't count because the last
So-
one was past half court, right?
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Exactly right.
Only 5
He was
on the
past.
front
He
court.
was past half court. The official here didn't pick it up. One of the mistakes we make also is, you know, before we put the ball player, we make sure we count the players, right? What's wrong with counting the players? You know, in any situation. What's that? No, nothing wrong with it. But just think about it for a second. Just think about counting the 5 players. We stop at 5. We stop at 5. So you might be, like, that play was in the back court. Now, the game ends, upset, you know, from there. First round of playoffs now. First round of playoffs to get an NCAA bid. I'm watching the game. I'm at Wagner University watching their game live, and I got this on the screen sitting in my computer. I can watch both. Wow, what an exciting game! Oh, wow, what a great finish! Good for Mount St. Mary's. That was great. That was Wednesday. Thursday, Friday, Saturday to semifinals. One of the assistant coaches said to one of my officials in the semifinal games, "Hey, that was something, huh? Mount had 6 players on the court when they scored that steal and made the game closer." He runs off the court, says pregame, runs off the court, calls me, "Hey, did you know there were 6 players on the court?" No one knew. No one knew. No one knew. Now that the cat's out of the bag, the next I got to call my commissioner and say, "Hey, we had a problem on Wednesday." Blah, 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 blah. Okay. Which we don't want, but the Mount, they'll lose in the semifinals and, won't draw too much attention. Wrong. They win. The finals are Tuesday night, and we're keeping it as quiet as we can so that ESPN doesn't pick up on it and say, this team shouldn't be here. They got. Then I talked to the coach where it happened to. He says, "Tom," I don't know what to say. I got 3 AHs sitting next to me, all in their suit and tie, all the assistants. No one picked up on the situation. Okay. So we get away with it. Now we're on national TV on Tuesday night for the championship game, and we're hoping that nothing comes up about that, and nothing really came up. But you know what would happen, right? They win, and they go to the NCAA tournament. That's $250,000. Now, what do you think happened to the officials? They were fired on the spot. No. No, but one of them was scheduled to do the finals and I had to take them off the game. And they had a game suspension for next year if they still get a contract. Okay, so what I'm saying is be prepared for anything. Okay, let's take a look at the next play. Watch this all the way through. Again, end the game situation. Obviously, tight game. Did you hear a whistle? This was not my league. And the whistle. And the whistle. He did one of those halfways. And everybody thinks they're going to go shoot free throws. Know when to walk away, know when to run. Now, I had, it's like 3 fight plays that I had in the thing, and they were all girls' games. Brutal. I mean, some brutal whacks. This, who's got the answer? What are you going to do? You're going to get together with your partner and... Yeah. But it could happen. Now, the only thing I can say to you is probably their awareness should have been at a higher level. Something had to happen during the game. You always keep an eye out for, chippiness or going back and forth with each other. But that's a sad thing. Now, any comment with that? Just be on high alert. That happened. This next one you may have seen on TV, but it's what do you do for your partner, or how can you help your partner, or should you help your partner? That's a lot of questions. You'll see why in a minute. He goes there. I'm shocked. All right. I'm shocked knowing Teddy Valentine, always had the quickest tee in the country. And what was needed in that particular scenario? Yeah, it could be a couple of things. But first of all, it should have been a technical foul. So absolutely. Anytime a coach runs at you, it should be automatic. So it should have been there. Do you get in between them as the other official? Yes. I don't know. It's, it's food for thought. Food for thought. You got to expect that this could happen too, is that Teddy's all wound up and the official comes in and he pushes him out of the way. I don't know. But a technical foul, I think, was really warranted there and certainly could have helped the situation. Could have helped it a lot.
Should the other official call it back?
I've been mulling that over. That's a good question. Should the other official have called a technical foul? I don't know. Do you like technical fouls being called over your shoulder? I don't know. It's your problem. I mean, it was Teddy's problem. Teddy's problem, we should have dealt with it. So I probably would be leaning towards staying away, let him handle it. Now, there was one point when the coach then directed his attention to another official, and maybe he could have done that. That's really tough. Really tough. But it can happen at any level. Yes?
You really have to be careful the way he challenged that coach.
Oh, and I think that's one of the reasons why he didn't give the technical.
I think he got the play wrong,
Yeah.
probably,
Yeah.
and then tried to sell it to him, by hitting his leg
Yeah.
and all of that. And then when the coach came at him,
See, here's coach running down to David, but here's Ted coming up this way.
right at him.
So, I mean, these are things that have happened, if we can learn from them. All right, we sum up the things. Can't do individual. Oh, you got the individual. Hold on. Best wishes for a great season. You have to work hard at this stuff, no matter what level it is. I want to make sure I'm going to miss on my note. Second, you need to know the rules and enforce the rules as they're written. That's the easy part. If you know the rules, you're backed up by that. Call me when that happens. Don't email me, call me. All right? But you have to be in search of that every time you walk on the floor of having that perfect game. It wasn't a play I didn't miss. I didn't miss a play. And you know why I didn't miss a play? Because I was in perfect position all the time. Something that's hard to find. And while we're on that topic of being in the perfect position, we have about a month to the season. Okay, let's start hitting the road. Let's get in shape. Let's be ahead of the play. Let's be in the right position. And it all takes work and effort. It's never about us, it's about the game. You've heard that a million times, you're guardians of the game. That's right, they can't play the game without us. Let's just pick up. So I give you my last little story. 100 years ago, when I refereed high school ball, in the late year, it was a long time ago, because at that time, if you drove, the other guy brought the beer in the cooler. Wouldn't dare drink beer now on the road after the game, but that's what we did. So it was a 30-point game. The last 5 or 6 seconds, kid goes running down the floor, drives in, gets crushed, looking for a foul. He looks at me, ref, wasn't that a foul? I said, sure it was. I said, you win it by 30 points. I said, there's 5 seconds left in the game, and my beer's getting warm. But the point is this. He looked at me and said, Mr. Ref, I only get to play when we're 30 up or 30 down. And I brought my girlfriend tonight because I thought I would get a chance to play. I could show off a little bit. And don't lose sight of that. It's about them. Even right up to the last buzzer. It's all about them, not about us. We don't make it enough money to be about us. So have a great year. Thanks for inviting me out. I love coming out to Colorado. And don't forget, IBO School, if you can't come, recommend someone. We'll be down in Pueblo. We'll have a good time. Have a great year. Thank you.
All right, guys, we're going to take about a 10 to... What, real quick? I'm sorry. Oh,
One beer.
we have a presentation, obviously.
on behalf of Colorado Board of Core and everyone here, well, we really appreciate you coming out and sharing your insight and your.
Thank you.
It's always a pleasure to.
My
listen to
pleasure,
you
my
speak.
pleasure. Thank you.
We'd like to give you this.
Can I get it on the, can I get it on the plate?
We'll take care of that.
Thank you, thank you.
Is that a carry-on piece? All right, so we're going to take about a 10 to 15-minute break. Please go out and support Honix. It's 10:15 right now. We're going to be back in here by 10:30, please, to keep rolling. Thank you.